Hi, I'm Melinda and I'm the CEO of YMCA Australia, and I'm here today with the National President, Ben Hubbard. We're here to talk about business planning, governance in relation to safeguarding children. A really dear topic in my heart, and we will start off by talking about governance, Ben.
Melinda.
So, how are you today?
I'm good.
That's good. One of the key things in keeping children safe is to ensure that our decision-making processes are in place, and a really important part of that is the governance structures. Can you give us a bit of a view around how important it is to you as board chair to lead a safeguarding framework across the organisation?
Questions of safeguarding and keeping children, young people safe has never just been an operational question. And in many ways, it's a very simple concept. It's keeping safeguarding questions at the centre of what we do. So in terms of how we develop and deliver our strategy, how we think about risk, how we think about compliance, how we think about the structure of board meetings and discussions we have at board meetings. We keep these questions at the centre. But Melinda, there's a really critical second part too. It's engaging with children and young people in doing this work. They see questions of safety quite differently to we do, and so that engagement is a really important piece of making this work.
Absolutely, Ben, and we know through ensuring that we hear the voice of young people and that we hear the voice of children that they'll actually tell us what makes them feel safe and how we can therefore be safe for them. Another really important part is being intentional in our business planning and making sure we've got the right resources attached to ensuring children and young people are safe. So how do you feel about that when you're thinking about budgets and business planning and structuring what we do?
So from the perspective of the National Board and the National Licensing Committee, safeguarding isn't an optional extra, it's core business. So this needs to be done as one of the first decisions in terms of the forward planning, and also it needs to be done properly. You can't shortchange these questions. Other matters you might be considering as a board in your business planning approvals, they might be the optional extras. This is core. The other really important thing too is in the process for business planning and the process of developing strategy, how you engage with young people is really important. So it's not just talking to them generally about questions of safety and how that works, but also there's great opportunities, but more to the point, there's great examples in the movement of young people being on our association boards and young people being in board committees too. So the process is very important.
One of our key governance meetings, of course, is our annual general meeting, and it's had a very strong focus on ensuring that we have the voice of young people represented at these meetings. Ben, can you give us a bit of an idea of how you feel that's going?
Yeah, look, I think it's going well, and obviously the format's been interrupted by COVID-19, but in 2019 face-to-face and in 2020 via video platforms, we had a 50-50 balance between young people and people less young. Some people say that wisdom comes of age. I can assure you that there's no guarantee of wisdom with age. So we had a bunch of wise young people and a bunch of wise older people too. But in all seriousness, that balance is really important to ensure that there's a perspective there. But it's a perspective that brings to life our mission as an organisation too. If you're embedding young people into those critical governance events, it makes a real difference on how you do safeguarding, but also how you deliver on your mission.
Right, absolutely. The Y's been very intentional around looking at how we co-design with young people too. And to ensure young people are safe and children are safe, we need to continually ensure that we are co-designing with them across governance and business planning. Could you give me your ideas around how important that co-design is?
Yeah, I think if we look at the four labs, the Y labs that were done late last year, is a fantastic example for the movement, and it didn't just showcase the capability that we've got as a movement across volunteers and staff and executives willing to step up to sponsor these projects too, but they're critical priorities for young people across the movement, across society, and I think it'll be a hallmark of this year on how we respond to those and how we respond more generally to the priorities of young people.
So we know the only way that you can ensure children are safe and feel safe is to have their voice heard. And that in the Y is really important, that voice is heard across our governance and our business planning and across all levels of executive management in the Y.